Alright, what's going on, everyone? Today we got a 2025 Subaru Outback Onyx Edition. This being the trim level above premium. It got some nice features I'd love to share with you guys. And also, yeah, it's very rare to see Subarus in rental companies. I got this car at 400 something miles, and it's a brand new car. It just rolled off the factory line less than a month ago. Here's the key fob for that. You got lock, unlock, which is the Subaru logo, and then your trunk release and your hazard button. Of course, there's the physical key hidden in the key fob, but it's not like you're gonna use it anyways. So I have tried, look up online, they're saying press the lock twice and press and hold, or press the lock twice and press and hold. It's gonna remote start the vehicle. But I have no luck figuring that out, so whatever. For 2025, this is the last year you're gonna see the Outback looking like this. 2026, they're gonna change it to the boxy style they just rolled out a couple months ago. Being the higher trim, the Onyx Edition, you do get automatic liftgate, which is a nice feature to have, especially on a rental car. Pretty decent sized trunk, very nice. Or actually, that feels kind of cheap. Decent sized trunk, you can fit a lot of stuff in here. And let's see, they did not give you a spare, but they give you a car jack. Maybe the spare is underneath. Nope. So no spare for your Subaru, but you do get a car jack for some reason. These folds down the seat. This looks like a door latch, but it actually folds down the front seat, or the back seat actually, yes, my bad. You do get this very nice trunk cover, so you can hide your valuables if you're in California or something with this rental car, because they do smash your windows over there. And they get two different adjusting or height adjustment levels. One covers most of the stuff and one covers all of your belongings. Still got a pretty decent sized trunk, and if you're going to ski or something, an Outback will be perfect. And just like every other Subaru except the BRZ, you do get full-time all-wheel drive, symmetrical all-wheel drive as they call it. Backup sensors, you got them as well. Again, I apologize for the noise. Yeah, you got nice looking rims, a very rugged looking exterior, a very long body actually. So to me, Subaru Outback is always a wagon, right? But to Subaru, they list it as SUV because of the marketing stuff. But yeah, it's our crossover between SUV and wagons. You do get keyless entry, keyless lock. So just like a Toyota, you press these two lines to lock the car, and I just pull on the latch to unlock the vehicle. Getting the Outback Right, you got a nice screen. Subaru would like to call it Starlink. Vertical, very large screen, and a smaller one in front of you. Everything you see or you touch is leather, being the Onyx Edition. The only reason I know it's Onyx Edition is because of the floor mat. Otherwise, well, I have no idea. But yeah, obviously it's a higher trim car. The MSRP is at 37, 995 or something like that. Basically 38 plus destination. It's gonna be a $40,000 car. To me, it might not worth that much, but everyone has their different opinions. You got very nice stitching actually, and it's hard to see on camera, but it's actually green. I don't know why it's not showing green, but yeah, it's a very bright green. The stitching everywhere, and except for these are white stitching. Very nice. Definitely add some colors to your interior, and you got two-tone fake leather. This is darker gray, and this is a lighter gray. And you have lighter gray for your glove box. This is a decent sized, and in the middle you also get a okay, not too deep glove box, but it did give you 2 layers. This one you can put some coins or documents or whatever. It's very thin. You can almost just put paper in there. Yeah, you do get a automatic dimming mirrors, garage door openers. It looks just like the one I had in Camry, in the 25 Camry. Yeah, they and Toyota, Subaru, they share some parts. Yeah, you got a mirror, very nice yellow lights on the side, and the mirror does slide. And you got LED lights here and here. You also have a sunglass holder, which is not normal these days, with a sunroof. Too bad the sunroof is not panoramic, right? Because this is, I guess it's a lower trim. There's like a couple other trims that's above this, but for $40,000 car from a non-luxury brand, I would expect a little bit more than this. But you do get a lot. You got leather, CarPlay, whatever. Oh yeah, upgraded premium audio system, Harman Kardon, which is very nice to have. And the screen is on the slower side. It's not like Kia or Hyundai with their fancy screens. But yeah, I think they changed it for the 2026. Wow, this is horrible actually.
Routing number again? Questions? HELOC? EPR? IRA questions?
Yeah, this is actually horrible.
Pre-approved to make an offer on that cute little...
Alright, it's gonna work. So yeah, the screen is definitely on the slower side. It's not as good as the Hyundai Kia ones, as I mentioned. Not even as good as a Toyota one. But yeah, see, press on settings, 5 seconds later. It's not that great, but it gets the job done. And also, it's my first time seeing you can add someone's birthday or add anniversaries to have the car remind you, oh, someone's birthday is coming up, which is a nice feature to have, right? If you don't remember that, or if you don't put it in your cell phone. But for the people who don't put it in your cell phone, I don't see why they will put it in their cars, but whatever. You can adjust the sound and all that, right? You can adjust your audios, right? The equalizer is here, but everything is touch screen, so it's actually very hard to change them. But yeah, and the number doesn't change when you're dragging the values or the little bar thing. So yeah, so it's not a great screen, but it gets the job done. You do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And if you own this car, you will have My Subaru, which is a subscription they have. I don't know what it does. Maybe it can remote start your vehicle without the key fob. But yeah, it got weather information, which is from SiriusXM. So it does not have a built-in GPS. And it got the Subaru famous X mode up here. So you have your normal mode, your snow mode, or dirt mode, and deep snow and mud, which turns off your traction control, and it shows a little logo and on there saying it's deep snow. Right, so X mode shows on the top, right? Yeah, but there's no eco mode, there's no sport mode, which will be nice if they wants to add it. And I did some research. People are saying other markets have sport mode in this Outback, but US don't. So I don't know. You do get auto start stop and auto hold. They call it the AVH, which is a little confusing. Everyone else just call it the auto hold. Yeah, I had to look it up. What's AVH? Cruise control, you can set it to eco, comfort, dynamic, and sport. Dynamic is basically sport, and standard. Comfort, just ease off the gas while it's accelerating. And being a Subaru or a newer Subaru, you got the famous EyeSight, adaptive cruise control. So basically, it's a very nice adaptive cruise. It keeps the distance really good. All the settings are here. You can adjust your following distance and adjust if you want to steer the car, if you want a Subaru to steer for you. Everything on the left controls your radio or your media, and this controls the little screen that's on the top. So being a very smaller screen, the bottom half doesn't really change. And the only adjustable part is on the top, which cycles through your entertainment, time and temperature, average mile to the gallon, and your current mile to the gallon. That's how long your car has been started and how long it has been auto stopped since the last reset. And of course, you got tire pressure sensors since it's a off-roading oriented vehicle. But yeah, the up and down is opposite from that screen. So when you're pressing up, it's like going the page below it. So it's sort of like Mac when you're scrolling, it's upside down. But yeah, you do get a blind spot monitor, which is that little black piece on your mirror or inside of your mirror. There's nothing on the mirror, which is okay. Whatever works. And you do get a heated steering wheel and heated front seats. Also, it's a dual zone climate control, so you can have different temperatures. And there's air vents in the back, which is amazing. But yeah, if you want to adjust where the wind is blowing, you have to use the screen, which is a little distracting in my opinion, but it gets the job done. I'm really liking the temperature changing physical buttons here, and the volume knob is great. And I've been driving it for 280 miles, and it's still a very new car. It's at 700 miles. So I picked it up at 480, I think. and everything smelled really, really new in here. With that being said, let's take a look at the engine, and we're gonna take it for a spin. It is beeping because my key has left the vehicle. So this is the super famous Boxster engine. So instead of a straight 4 or straight 6 or a V6, this is a H4, which you have 2-cylinder on the left side and 2-cylinder on the right side. But yeah, it helps with lower gravity, and it's supposed to be sporty, but with a 4-cylinder and a CVT, it's not really sporty. You do get pedal shifters, which fake shifts through the 8 mimic gears that it has, and you do get LED headlights and LED fog lights, which is not standard. The fog lights are not standard on the lower trims. So the 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder has a 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. Yes, I just looked it up. But they do offer a turbocharged engine, which produces 240 to 250 horsepower. It's a 2.4 turbo 4 that you can find on the Ascent and the WRX, I think. Yeah, so that, if you want more power, maybe upgrade your Outback to a higher trim. I think the Onyx, not the Onyx Edition, there's another Onyx, maybe Touring or something, or the Onyx XT or something, that super name, that has the 2.4 turbo, and also the Wilderness has the 2.4 turbo. That also gives you a more lifted suspension and all that. But yeah, the Onyx Edition gets the base 2.5, which it's okay, it gets the job done. And for driving 99% on the highway, or yeah, actually like 95% highway, because we hit some traffic, we averaged 28.6 miles to the gallon, which is amazing for a car this size, right? Non-hybrid, big SUV or crossover or wagon, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so it's not too bad. And oh yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. So you do get a roof rack, right? Subaru has this thing that you can lift this part, pull it out, and you can put it across. So that gives you a real roof rack instead of these two, and you still need to install more stuff, more of the crossbars or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it, but it's not a nice feature to have if you want to go kayaking, and if you want to put your bike on the top of your car or something like this. Yeah, just make sure you secure this. In the holes that it gives you, right? So there's 2 holes. One of them secures your roof bar or roof rail vertically, and one of them secures it horizontally, which is a nice, very nice feature to have. I don't know if it's an add-on or if it's standard on the Subaru Outbacks, but yeah, it's very rare to see on a rental car that has built-in roof racks. I think the last time I saw roof racks on a rental car, it was a Audi Q5, which is an add-on and no one wants it, so Enterprise or Hertz just bought a bunch of them. Alright, without anything further ado, let's take it for a spin and we'll see how it drives. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that the cup holder actually has 2 different levels. So this one's taller, this one goes all the way in, and that one has a little plastic part that helps you, I guess, if you have like smaller cups, it elevates that so it's easier to grab. And now let's take it for a drive. Seat belt. Oh yeah, also it wants all the passengers to be to wearing their seatbelts. So I had someone sitting in the back who didn't put on their seatbelt, and it's beeping a lot. The car is beeping a lot. To them, so they'll have to put it on. I agree to that. Safety first, right? Yeah.
Turn left onto Oregon 99W South, Pacific Highway West.
But this is the first time I've ever seen any cars do that. Beeping at people, so they beeping at whoever's sitting in the rear, beeping at the rear passengers, so they can wear their seatbelts. Yeah, I've never seen that before in any other cars. Maybe it's new regulations for 2025s, but well done, Subaru. Let's get on the highway. It struggles quite a bit, actually. The 180 horsepower does not keep up with the size of the vehicle, so it's actually on the slower side. The CVT also fake shifts very responsibly, actually, but being a CVT, it does not really help with producing a lot of power instantly, right? So it cannot just downshift 3 times or 3 gears to give you the power that you need. So with EyeSight activated, you'll see there's a little green light that just tells you it's following the vehicle in front of you. If there's no vehicle in front of you, it's not going to show a light at all. And the little diagram actually shows a Impreza, and it's not a new Impreza, it's like a 2018 Impreza that you're following. I don't know why they picked that, but no complaints on that. And if you keep your hands off the steering wheel for a little bit, it actually keeps it's gonna blink in yellow to ask you to keep your hands on the steering wheel. And if you keep ignoring that, it's gonna beep at you. So it's their way to get out of lawsuits and all that. So it's not a really hands-free system, but it does the adaptive cruise really, really well. And if you are too close to a lane, or if you're about to drive on the lane, it's gonna have those red lights beeping at you, right? So it wants you to pull it back. But yeah, the steering wheel is actually really heavy while you're using EyeSight. So if you're using the adaptive cruise, it's super heavy. But if you're not, it's crazy light. So if we turn off the cruise control, right, the steering wheel is very light. So you can see my car is swerving a little, right? Even with a tiny force, it's gonna change the direction very dramatically. So I don't like that. I have car friends or car guy friends. They always prefer heavier steering versus this sort of light steering wheel. I don't know what normal people or regular people, which one they prefer, but it is way too light to be safe. Because if you touch it a little bit while you're not in adaptive cruise control, it's gonna swerve you to the side of the road. That is not good. But I guess around town, it makes your life easier, right? So it's super light. It's not too heavy, so you don't put too much force. It's not like a workout or anything. But yeah, that's the only complaint. So super light steering and a little bit laggy screen. Those are the only two cons of the Outback. Everything else, it did it pretty well. Also, the price is a little bit high, at $37,000, almost $40,000. Yeah, it's a bit pricey. But since the 2026 is rolling out, I'm assuming the rental companies got a huge discount from Subaru. When I pick it up, there's 2 Legacy and 2 Outback sitting there, and also there's like 4 Crosstracks. These are relatively new, so I don't know why, but they probably got a very good discount on those. Anyways, if you're considering an Outback, I would recommend you wait until the new one rolls out, or wait even more than that to see if the new one has. I don't think they changed the powertrain, so the new one should have the exact same powertrain as these ones, the 2.5 H4 Boxster 4 and the 2.4 Turbo Boxster 4. So wait for the new one to roll out and see if you like the new body style more. It's more boxy than this one. It's more SUV-like than this one. But yeah, if you're interested in buying an older Subaru or not older Subaru, like this current Outback, just get a used one. Don't buy a new one. 40K for this? No, that's not good. You can get a lot more for 40K. But yeah, just get a used Outback. They haven't changed much since 2020. The EyeSight is okay. Just don't buy anything before the facelift, the 2020 facelift, because I know people having the 2017 Outback. The EyeSight is actually not that great. It's the first generation EyeSight. This one is the newest updated one. So yeah, get a 2020 and newer Outback for half of the price, right? For 20K, maybe 25, you can get all of these. Exact same screen, exact same setup, CVT and all that, if you don't mind used cars. If you really want a new Outback, just wait for the new one to roll out. Yeah, the 2025 is not a wise choice in my opinion. Or if you really like Subaru, the new Forester, that's also an option, right? It just updated, or they just had a new generation. There's also gas and hybrid versions, although I've heard the hybrid is not that reliable. So yeah, I'll just get the gas Forester instead. Anyways, appreciate you watching, and I'm really surprised to see Subaru in rental fleets. But yeah, if you reserved an SUV, you might end up in an Outback. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments in the chat or in the comment sections, right? And I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.